Hey there, let's add dynamic logging to a Python FastAPI application. So we've got really the simplest possible FastAPI here. It says hello world. And when we run it, we're doing poetry run Python. And you can see when we load here, we are getting our logging from this HTTP from uvicorn here. Okay, great. So we're going to add prefab cloud Python. You can see that I've done that here. Prefab cloud Python. We added this line. And now we are going to do some importing. So we're going to go over and we are going to set things up. And that will probably blow up because we didn't set an API key. Great, no API key found. So let's create an API key for ourselves. And we'll make a new backend API key. We can do it like this here. And that'll be convenient. So let's put that in the beginning of our command here. All right, and now we're running again, but we have connected to prefabs. Now we're going to go and we'll do a little more copy pasting. So the goal here is we're going to get dynamic log levels. So let's do, we got log levels and configuration for standard logging here. So let's copy this out. You can see this is the only prefab bit here really is that we're going to add this filter. So we set the root level to debug. This means that all of the logging will be set to debug, except then it's going to come to the filter, but this means we'll be able to see it all. And this filter is going to be responsible for getting rid of some stuff that we don't need. So we can do that wherever we want here. And let's just check that out to do that. We'll do that and we'll do something. All right, so let's see, and let's, sometimes helpful, this one will say debug something, and let's, yeah, sure. Let's try both of those. Okay. Logging filter. Oh, we should probably include that. Let's get ourselves some imports. Try it again. Great. All right. We see some debug logging output coming out here. Whoops, let me put these in the request. I want those in the request. They go every time. All right. Here we go. Debug. And we got info, warning, error, and critical on our other one here. So that's good. And now let's just prove that they're dynamic here. So let's change these to be, let's only get info and above. And now when we reload, we see info, warning, error, and critical. If we only want errors, we can do that. And you can see we'll only get error and critical. But we got a bit of a problem here. This log line here, you can see it's not formatted the same way. And it's, so why is this same, oh, it's called main. Let's call it my application. And we can see, but the point I was actually talking about was our uvicorn one here. That's because uvicorn does its own thing here. And what we can do, if we set the log config to be none here, that's going to tell it to not do its own thing and not try and set up a whole logger, because the logger that it sets up doesn't have the filter and doesn't know about us. So if we set this now and reload, we'll see we don't have our uvicorn logging anymore. And that's because it comes out as info. But if we set, so we can go down to info for everybody and reload, and we will see our uvicorn access logs here. But of course, we could also target, we can be more custom. So if we want warn for everything, but the unicorn ones to be info, we can do that. And then we can target any of our loggers. You can see the main one came through here, and we will be able to, if I reload, I can now see that my application is here as well. We can also see we had some uvicorn error and access logs, so we can custom set the log levels for any of these as we go. We can set these to debug, and we'll see a whole bunch. We'll see the debug info there, and we can easily set these to error, and we'll only get the errors. All of the settings are different from development, staging, and production, and we can go in, and of course, we can target some of the log levels as well. We can say targeted levels, and we can add targeting rules so that we have perhaps our user email address is debug if we want to debug a particular user. Then we'll be able to do that. So we can see now we have a targeted level.